I didn't know why I came so far. Was I blind? Did I not these moments? I held my way, walked away, that I just got so sick of it. Then the way that I was falling, if you walk, can't see you no more. And you let it go.
Like the fifth dragon bird. Double African blue shot pala. And a human laser.
They get the laser here. No! More Dragon does go into Mansky's side. There's Equalizer in the back line. Cataclysm actually, a 5-man!
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Again, this is the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Split, brought to you by the official shotmate of the Pro Gaming Series, Booster C Genius. Boost your focus, boost your game. We'll be your casters for this game today. I am, of course, GS Asarai with an I, and alongside here with me is...
And I'm GS Sneep.
Yeah.
Yeah, just GS Sneep.
Just GS Sneep
Just GS
with a
Sneep.
P.
With a P.
it's I don't know, it's like a tradition. There you go. We're just waiting for these two teams to ready up. Again, we are now into the second match of the night between INFZ Esports and Imperium Pro Team. A while ago, Imperium Pro Team were in a very controlling type of game style there. Hindi naka-rotate na maayos ang INFZ Esports, and they were just dominated. At the end of the game, I think it was like 15,000 gold lead around that.
Yeah, definitely. And
yeah.
INFZ just looked so lost the entire game. It's like they didn't really know what to do. They
Exactly.
had no sense of direction. I believe towards the later parts of the early game, they made an attempt to make the rotation, but they just got baited by the Imperium Pro Team's mechanics and the challenges to make those 1v1 plays.
And I don't know, do you think that it was a very... Tagalog na nga lang. Nakakalito ba yung ginawa dun ni Akil that he went into the top lane to try and support Gertrude, but then in the bottom lane,
Yeah, that was definitely wrong.
Suez
Yeah.
was against JRM, and JRM was actually forced to recall early, get his items a little bit prematurely. I think he wanted to get a Bilgewater Cutlass, but then he came back with a Vamp Scepter and then a Longsword.
Yeah, I definitely disagreed with that play right there. There was really no reason to send that many resources into the top lane to help out Gertrude, as it's a Lulu. Like, Lulu doesn't need that many resources to be useful in that mid game, in that late game.
Because
all you need is that ultimate. You need that Whimsy, the
slow of the Glitterlands.
Yeah, that's all you need.
So go ahead.
JRM's your only carry in that game. Like, all the resources should have gone to JRM. Instead, they left JRM by himself, and as a result, they got punished by it really hard. And you do have to give props to IPT. They definitely had really amazing plays, Light especially on that Azir.
Yeah, exactly.
I believe I saw that 5-man Azir ultimate.
Yeah, and then if like Hate goes down, Light is the secondary guy you would like to watch in that game. You just go for the cleanup with the Sand Soldiers.
Yeah, definitely. And looks like we're heading into the game right now, so let's see what INFZ does to change it up a bit. Let's see if they can take back that 1-1, or will Imperium Pro Team walk away with that 2-0.
Yeah, man, 2-0 is super important right now, getting all those points early on, as still, this is the preseason patch, and even though players are getting a bit more adjusted, there's still some forms of strategy that aren't, still unknown.
Yeah, definitely. Like, a lot of the teams really are still adjusting to that new patch, and we see, like, I see it right here. Like, I feel like a lot of the teams aren't really utilizing a lot of the stronger picks. They aren't utilizing the new mechanics in the game. For example, the new Rift Herald. Rift Herald was taken quite a bit late into that game.
Yeah, I think like 17, 18 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. And there's still a lot of adjustment, and it's really obvious looking into these games. However,
yeah, but hopefully they go for the more, god tier solo queue picks, but not actually only solo queue, but very strong in the lane, as haven't seen game 1 anyone hover over the Misfortune.
Yeah, definitely. That was really surprising.
And the Lucian as well, because JRM, again, in the MPGL, that was the champion that he was dominating with, and maybe we'll see it in second game. They might be, rats in a corner. They want to just go, or animal, I don't know. They just want to lash out with the stronger picks that they have in their arsenal.
Yeah, we do see that Mundo was banned away while the rest of the bans have been retained. And first pick, Gragas coming in for Infuse. So last game we saw
Coops.
Imperium Pro Team first pick that Gragas. And I wouldn't really call Gragas first pick material.
Yeah.
But I can see its value. I can see maybe they're just trying to take it away from Infused, as Coops had some pretty good Gragas games.
Yeah.
And I believe Hechizo is also a fairly decent Gragas player, so maybe they just want to take away something that both teams are very familiar with as a comfort pick and not really reveal too much of their strategy.
That's true. And, you know, Gragas, in my opinion as well, is like an overall jungler. He has the good amount of tankiness. He has early game pressure with that body slam flash combo that just, you know, catches people off guard. We'll see what happens here. As we did see a hover over the Zac, the Kalista, and now the hover over the Evelynn. So we'll see if Coops will utilize that invisibility factor that the Evelynn has.
And it looks like it won't be the Evelynn and instead the Amumu. So
wow.
For those of you who don't know, Coops has played a lot of Amumu in these recent tournaments. I believe he played Amumu at the TNC finals, and it's one of his favorite champions to go to right now. So it's going to be really interesting to see it being played in this Pro Gaming Series game right now. And it just synergizes so well with on the top of my head, Misfortune. The curse of the sad bullet time making the return.
Yeah, you can just like set it up, then just bullet time all of the ones caught in the Amumu ultimate.
Yeah, definitely.
And that ultimate's range is really nice. You can catch like a 5-man curse of the sad mummy. And yeah, again, like you said, set it up with the bullet time. Super good.
Yeah, however, they do have that Kalista instead, and Kalista, really familiar. Like we've seen this last split. One of Hate's favorite champions, and he's had a lot of success on this champion.
If you don't see the Vayne, it's the Kalista. And there you go. There's the aggressive duo combo that is the Lucian and the Braum coming out of Infused Esports. So looking into it, they might just opt to go in for a healer type of support for Suez or for Haith, or something aggressive like the Thresh coming in here for Poisanity.
Yeah, the Thresh would definitely be a pretty good pick in this matchup right now. However, going back to what Infused picked for their bot lane, the Lucian and Braum, I believe they played this bot lane matchup, this bot lane combo, recently in the MPGL against Team Unknown, also known as War Gods, the old War Gods team.
Yeah.
And they had really good success. JRM had really insane plays onto this Lucian, and looks like he's going back to those comfort picks, to his comfort pick.
And that's like the combo that they have with a kill. Because JRM is more of an aggressive ADC, he just dashes in with the Lucian, sets out his combo, his combo, and then when it looks like the opponent's about to go for the sampalin namin kayo, back, like return damage, Toinks is there with Unbreakable Shield and then just stops all the damage output.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to be really interesting to see how this Infused lineup pairs up to this IPT lineup, as they have picked up that Shen and that Renekton. So that will most likely be a Shen for Poisanity. Poisanity had a really good Shen game last week in the Pro Gaming Series. I believe he is one of the featured highlight plays where he has that flash taunt, and
it's pretty dangerous. It's like the Gragas flash body slam.
So a really tanky lineup coming in from this Imperium Pro Team side.
I like last game, like they had like this tanky lineup set up for the ADR as well as their mid laner. So we might see here possibly a peel type of, or a control mage coming out for light, because that'll complement their composition really well.
I'm thinking something along the lines of an Azir, or possibly an Anivia, as light is a really good Anivia player. And it would be really interesting to see for this comp, as you do have lots of zone control with that Amumu ultimate, with that Shen, and with that Anivia. However, actually it is possible, as I was about to say, against an Akali, you don't really want to pick Anivia. However, with something much more safer like this Orianna, you can afford to take Anivia in this matchup. However, let's see what Light picks. And going back to this Infused roster, we do see they have completed the roster with this Sion
top lane
and with this Orianna. Sion has been seeing a bit of play, especially in the LPL. I believe they had a tournament there where Sion top was one of the more popular picks. And something to point out is Gertrude is a really good Sion player. Like in solo queue, I'd always see him play Sion. So now he's bringing one of his solo queue picks into the PGS. So Infused going for very, very safe picks, going for their comfort picks. And I guess they really just want to win this, though. However, it does beg the question whether or not INFZ is going, like their mindset is, are they trying to win this game or are they just trying not to lose? And if it's the latter, then that's something to be worried about. And I was right, it's a Nivea.
Oh, yeah, see the control mage, because it does complement their composition. I mean, going for an assassin, not so much. Like, you know, having that slow with your tanks just help it out. And again, having the slow with the Nivea just helps out the Mumu because he can just bandage toss in and then set up for the Curse of the Sad Mummy even easier.
Yeah, like, I guess one of the biggest things for this IPT comp is that there's so many ways it gives so many opportunities for Hate to just freely
of course.
hit, as there's just so much zone control coming in from this comp. You have the Renekton who can just dash into your face and just be a huge threat. You have that Shen with that taunt, forcing the team to, well, when you taunt, you're stuck there for a couple seconds attacking him. So there's just so many ways for the IPT comp in team fights to zone the enemy team and pick the fights where Hate can just freely hit the enemy team.
Exactly, but we do see here some combo coming out of INFZ Esports. It's about that fast and furious type of composition wherein you want to go in probably with Hechiza, with the ball, or even with the unstoppable onslaught and Gertrude, and then Toinks, you know, just delivering that ball super fast like a train and then explodes into the composition of Imperium Pro Team. But still, like you said, the control type of playstyle might be that winning factor for Imperium Pro Team. So guys, this is again the second game in this best of 2 series between INFZ Esports and Imperium Pro Team. Meron pa tayong match and win. Again, sponsored by the official shotmate of the PGS, that is Booster C Genius. Boost your focus, boost your game. Of course, I am again GS Asarai with a 9 alongside. Here with me is
GS Neep.
GS Neep. Sounds sexy.
Yeah, really nice name.
Really nice name. It's it rolls off the tongue pretty nice.
Neep.
Yeah, Neep. All right, so we still are in the wait time for these players to get into the Summoner's Rift. We would like, again, guys, to invite you to join the PGS Rift official group at Facebook. That is www.facebook.com/group/PGS Rift. And malapit ng Pasko, guys. SMP ba kayo? Which is either samahan na malalamig na Pasko o samahan na magagaling na players. Yeah.
Alright.
I was thinking about that like the other day. Kailan ko kaya may babato to sa cast?
Yeah, you're just waiting to use it.
Exactly. Alright, so we would also like you to follow our Twitter as well as our official Facebook pages. What's your Twitter account?
I don't use Twitter, man, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh, never mind. So mine is @AsaraiPH. There's also Twitter account of the PGS, that's @PGSall, same with the Instagram account. And of course, our G-Talk group is ready to be joined. The G-Talk ID is 171-88811. Kung gusto nyo maki-chill sa mga admins there, sometimes the pro players do hang out, as well as if you're looking for games, you know, to play. We do set custom games for those hungry to test themselves out in a 5v5, you know, setup. Lalo na medyo ano tayo ngayon you know, malapit na ang bakasyon, sarap, dami ng aguinaldo, all that good stuff. Actually, a lot of skins are gonna come out today, or soon, rather. Yeah.
And there's a lot of promotions going on right now in the game as well. Like,
oh yeah. Again, guys, natapos niyo na ba ang Blood Moon event? 9 wins in a day is kinda brutal kung hindi kayo talaga todo-todo. Because I was testing it out.
were you able to do it, man?
No, I was able to only win like 4 games.
Actually, I managed to do it, actually, surprisingly. But I wasn't intending to do the event. It just so happened that I had so much free time and I played League all day, and then I looked at my match history. Oh, I won 9 games today.
That's the dream.
But there's a catch though.
Yeah?
It was on my PGS account, so
it
didn't really matter because I've got all those skins unlocked.
That's true. Dapat nilaro mo na lang siya sa main account.
Yeah, but it looks like we are now heading into the game.
Yes.
And it's going to be an interesting one, as INFZ versus Imperium Pro Team, the two opposite ends of the spectrum in regards to what team is considered good and what teams are considered not so good.
Of course, I think you would call Imperium Pro Team as the fan favorites.
Yeah, definitely.
Because of how strong they did perform in these previous tournaments, as well as, of course, the previous splits of the Pro Gaming Series.
Yep, 2nd place, man.
Yeah, even giving Mineski Globe a 1-1 last week in the first week of the PGS.
I was actually predicting a 2-0 from Imperium Pro Team, actually.
Really now?
Yeah, but that's for another time, man. As
Yeah, all right. We're just still waiting.
looks like we're just waiting for the players to load up, and we're in the game.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're now getting into the Summoner's Rift. This is, again, the second match between INFZ Esports and Imperium Pro Team. And now, let's have a roll call of these players. In the top lane, for the blue side, we have Gertrude on that Scion. In the jungle, it's going to be Hechiza. I don't know how to pronounce that. With the Gragas in the jungle. In the mid lane, it's going to be Toinks with the Orianna. And in the bottom lane duo, we have JRM with his Lucian. And a kill will be the Braum support.
And for the red side, we will be having Imperium Pro Team. For that top lane, it will be IPT Suez on that Renekton. For the jungler, we will be having Coops on that Amumu, and for that mid lane, Light on Anivia, followed by Hate and Poisani with that Kalista and Shen. Wow.
So many flashes burned by INFZ Esports. I think that was, yes, 2 flashes. Hechiza missing the body slam flash combo did force Suez to get Slice and Dice first and burn his flash, but I don't think that was worth it.
Yeah, it's definitely not worth it, as those 2 flashes are probably the most important flashes you can have in that early game, as the top lane is such a very susceptible place to get ganked. And without having that flash, you can't really... You're much more vulnerable, so Amumu might be camping top coming into this game. And
yes,
looking at the jungler is really... It's really important to have that flash on the jungler, as it allows you to flash away if you're counter jungling and overcommit, and then especially on that Gragas where you can do that body slam flash combo, enabling a lot of the ganks that shouldn't work.
Yeah, and the problem with that is, looking into it, both these top laners, again, did lose their flash, but Suez has that dash mechanic with the Slice and Dice, and Gertrude doesn't have that. And with that aggressive play by INFZ Esports, Imperium Pro Team were able to put a lot of deep wards to see where Hechizo will start his jungle route.
Yeah, and it looks like it will be a lane swap again for this game, and INFZ, they had a lot of questionable plays during the lane swap last game, so I guess it's Imperium Pro Team capitalizing on the fact that INFZ doesn't really know what to do during these lane swaps.
Yes.
And just abusing it and hoping that it carries over to another successful game for them.
Yes, but it looks like right now JRM not opting to go for the freeze, but there in the mid lane, you do see a lot of damage coming out of Light and Toinks. Though you have to note that Light does have that ignite for the aggressive Anivia, and Toinks with the bit safer barriered up summoner spell.
Yeah, so it looks like INFZ will be looking to try to push this bottom lane as fast as possible. Meanwhile, we do see that Suez is double jungling with Coops. And yeah, it looks like they might actually be transitioning into a 4v0 in the top lane, and we do see the pings going down, so Gertrude does need to be careful as he's about to be...
Yes, there's plenty of CC here coming in from Imperium Pro Team, and you have to remember, Scion doesn't have his flash. And is this enough? They're coming. They do have that ward to see that there's going to be a 4-0 in the top lane. 4-man push in the top lane, 4-man invade as well. Gertrude, he wants to defend it, but that might be the bad decision here for the top laner of INFZ Esports.
Yeah, I definitely feel like he should just let go of this turret right now as he's about to get stunned, and let's see if there is a follow-up coming in.
There's the taunt, but there's the knock-up gonna go in onto Poisanity. Here comes Hechizo to defend with his top laner. Can they do anything? Look at this tower, it's going down pretty quickly. Already half HP, we're already 4 minutes into the game, and so much damage on this top tier 1. It might just be enough with the minion wave being cleared out by the top tier 1, though that turret is pretty low.
And surprisingly, that 4v0 attempt actually went in favor of INFZ, as if we take a look at the CS right now, we do see that JRM was able to farm up quite a bit, and and in terms of XP, Gertrude was actually able to soak up quite a bit of XP. He's currently 1.5 levels ahead of
Toinks,
Suez, but here comes that gank.
Caught out. There is the flash coming out of Toinks, but there's the Shadow Dash connecting. There's the stun. All of the damage out, but nice Ice Wall from Light. There's the Ignite. Will it be enough? It's ticking onto the HP of Toinks here, but his shield, his barrier, and his potions are enough to save him. Or rather, no barrier used, just a flash, rather.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see how all of these attempts, all of these aggressive plays in the early game by IPT, they're not really going in their favor. The 4v0 failed and the gank in the mid lane failed. And this would be perfect opportunity for Infuse to just capitalize on this, as it's kind of like Imperium just laying down all their cards, and now they don't really have much to do right now. But let's see what they do decide to do.
Yes, they do. Okay, Hedges
Wow.
here might be caught in a bad place as Poisanity and Cups have spotted him out. There's the Shadow Dash, there's the Bandit Toss. Toss. All right, there's the slow coming out of the red buff. No mana coming out of the jungler of Imperium Pro Team. Did force Suez to use his flash right after it goes out of cooldown, and it looks like Imperium Pro Team with all of these aggressive plays might get themselves the Rift Herald to finish off that top tier 1.
And this is really smart play coming in from Imperium Pro Gaming, and I believe this is the earliest Rift Herald that's been taken in the Pro Gaming series so far. 5 minutes, 27 seconds going to... Who took the Rift Herald?
I think it's Haith.
All right, so went to Hate, and that's going to be huge as this forces the Infused lineup to... It creates a power vacuum where all the members of the Infused lineup have to respect and respond to the super minions coming in from the top side. Well, the enhanced minions coming in from Hate in that top side. And we do see that it is working right now, as Hechizo has been brought to that top lane to help defend the wave.
Yes, but while that is happening, JRM was able to get this bot tier 1. So Infuse Esports are actually ahead in terms of the gold. And Gertrude, even though he doesn't have the best of wave clear, he does have his kit to at least delay these, like you said, enhanced minions being pushed by Haith. But it does, again, like you said, power vacuum it, and that is allowing Imperium Pro Team to get this dragon.
Yeah, definitely. I was about to bring that up right now.
No
with
vision
that
for it.
top lane buff Rift Herald, with that Rift Herald buff top lane minions,
Yes.
it allows Imperium Pro Team to take this dragon, as you've got 2 members going up towards that top lane, and Infuse had no idea that dragon was being taken.
Yes, but while that is happening, here comes a kill, as well as JRM wanting to go onto Hate. Did miss that Q from the Braum. No concussive blows. Stacks will hit Haith there, so he's kind of safe here. He has to back off though, because it's still a very deadly 2v1 combo in that top lane in favor rather of Infuse Esports.
You know, it's something I've noticed while watching this game and the past game. Poi and Koops really like standing in bushes. Like, I believe there was a point in last game where it was a minute of Poi and Koops standing in the bush right next to that mid-lane turret.
Yes.
And then just a couple seconds ago, we see them standing in that bush waiting for Hechizo.
Yet again, but there's gonna be that support's gonna go with their ADRs right here. There's actually a pink ward in the side of Infuse Esports in this top brush, so that might stop any form of teleport is going to come in from Suez if he does want to. But while that is happening, Gertrude here might be sandwiched by these 3 members of Imperium Pro Team. Doesn't have his ultimate to skadoodle out of there. He will go down in first blood, will go into the hands of Cups. While that is happening at the top lane, Suez here, or rather Hate, might go down and Fuse Esports doing the 1-for-1 trade. JRM might get caught out by the Shadow Dash, but the heal and the Braum, there's the culling. Will not get the kill onto Poisanity. A kill here doesn't have his flash, but there we go. Forces Poisanity to use the flash of his own. Teleport coming out of Suez, and oh my gosh, nicely done. Skill set there from JRM. Whoa, where is Gertrude going? He wants to dive in onto Suez. Suez doesn't have his ultimate. Are they gonna actually use the glory and death? Yes, it will. It will get the kill onto Sion, but that will give another kill for JRM. 3-0-0. Here it comes. Cups, he's gonna be able to get the kill onto a kill. Huh.
All right, so
okay,
very,
so much
very
action.
bloodthirsty and greediness coming in from Infused, and while I do have to compliment JRM for his impressive display of mechanics right there. 3-for-0, they did fall behind if you look at the grand scheme of things coming in from that trade.
Yes.
I believe... What was that trade? I believe it was a 2-for-2...
Yes, there was the kill onto
There was a kill
Gertrude.
in the bot lane.
Yeah,
then there was a kill in the mid lane.
Mid lane, Light was able to kill Toinks because he just got comboed by the Anivia. And then top lane, it was the kill onto, I believe, Gertrude again by Suez.
So lots of kills.
Yeah, but JRM did get all the brunts of the kill for Infuse Esports. But oh my gosh, they might get caught out here. Very small position for Infuse Esports to fight. And JRM gets caught out. 4 members of Imperium Pro Team will be able to shut down the ADR of Infuse Esports. What were they doing there?
I believe they were trying to contest that blue buff, and then it just became a matter of JRM not respecting how many members of Imperium Pro Team were at that location right now. Yes. And he got punished for it. And I guess after that 3-1, he was feeling a bit a bit too
Confident.
cocky, a bit too
Yeah.
confident right there. Just standing right in the front line of everyone and watching as his entire team was behind him, then he just dies.
Yeah, that's one of the problems I think that JRM has. He's an aggressive ADC, but he doesn't know when to back out, and that is one of the reasons why he dies in the game. Looking into it though, he's 3-1-0 compared to Haith, but Haith does have the CS advantage with 82 to the 61 of JRM.
Yeah, definitely. And I believe the Imperial IPT did get a shutdown bonus coming in from
Light.
coming in from JRM's 3-0. And with the new 5.22 changes, the shutdown bonuses are now global for the entire team. So
Yes.
it does add up quite a bit. And we do see that it is Imperium Pro Team now ahead by roughly 600 gold, as a while ago they were down 400.
Yes, and with that shutdown kill, I think Light was able to purchase himself the Rod of Ages, and that's just gonna give him a bit more power as this game gets into that later stages. You do see right now Gertrude as well as Hedges are gonna go in on the Suez. Look at that damage output, and Suez not gonna be able to Dominus himself to at least try to save it, to save him from dying. But wow, INFZ Esports, two tanky champions able to burst down a Renekton.
Yeah, another tanky champion, and that's a lot of damage coming in from two relatively tanky champions right there. And I'm guessing Suez didn't expect that as all, as the Dominus was popped quite late.
Actually,
it wasn't even popped as well.
Exactly.
It was so late, it wasn't even popped. Wow.
It was so late, it wasn't even popped. Like you're saying na, pag pumasok ka sa school, late na nga ako, hindi pa talaga nakapasok.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the problem with college students, akala mo maaga pero hindi pala.
Well, going back into the game, we do see
exactly.
very standard builds, I guess, coming in from both sides. We do see that JRM is going for that Essence Reaver, meanwhile Hate going for that Blade of the Rune King. The only interesting thing is that Gertrude has picked up the Boots of Swiftness instead of opting for a more tankier approach, such as the Mercury Treads or the Ninja Tabi.
Exactly, so he's looking not to get slowed by anyone and just, I don't know, he just wants to be that, gotta go fast, even though he's a big man, needs to be pretty quick. But it looks like it's gonna be a 3v3 skirmish in the top lane as these two junglers are setting themselves up. Do they have the vision on the Amumu? I guess not, but bet their Spire Sense are tingling right now. There's JRM with the dash, but the follow-up dash by Poisanity. Shield from the Braum, the star. Oh my gosh, the damage from Poisanity, but the Fade Skull is just enough to save his support, as it looks like Kups did have to use his ultimate. Does little damage though, but the kill here will be forced to flash away. He gets the Shadow Dash. Here comes Light for your spawn, and Hate will get himself a free kill. Oh my gosh, the Stunner next, and it gets the kill on to JRM. Killing spree for Light. The Shockwave was dodged by Poisanity with a nicely timed flash, but that was a 2-4-0 in the top lane. INFZ Esports yet again not connecting their skills properly.
Without a doubt, the MVP of that team fight right there was Hate with that extremely clutch Kalista ultimate right there.
Yes.
Saving Poisanity right before he was about to get stunned and died. And then Amumu ult followed up by the Shen popping right in, and then that was it. That set up the fight right there.
Yeah.
And so that was just really beautiful play actually coming in from Light with the follow-up. That wall into the... Let's take a look at that replay actually and take a look at what exactly happened. So you got that really nice stun taunt onto JRM. Then Poisanity gets taken very low, is about to get hit by that Braum. Then Fate's calling into that Amumu ult, then follow up back in.
And the problem with that is that they lose one of their peel skills right there to you know, slow down the opposition, and a kill just gets
this is a really nice play.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, two-man stun from Light. And Poisanity even dodges
like
the
mechanical
Shockwave.
prowess showing from Imperium Pro Team right there during that play. Dragon is up right now. However, here comes the teleport coming in by Gertrude. Hate's in trouble.
Yes, and we do see Gertrude still has his flash, still has his ultimate, but JRM here might have bit off more than he can shoot. The ultimate from Gertrude doesn't connect, and it looks like Hate might be able to get the kill with the rank stacks. What has just happened? That was a 2v1 situation. Gertrude here is gonna run for his life. He had to use his ultimate, he had to use his flash, but Hate was so sneaky there. Didn't even get caught by any of the skills of the Scion. Wow.
Definitely a really great play coming in from Hate, showing how well. Wow.
Oh my gosh, Edgehill gets the steal there, and it looks like it's gonna be a fight in the Dragon areas. Do see a kill gonna go in against the brunt of Imperium Pro team. There's the Nebula Wall stopping the 3 members of Infused Esports from escaping. The ultimate of the Braum. Oh my gosh, the light goes down, but he still has the egg. Suez here, so greedy with the dominance. He will go down to Toinks. Poisanity, will he try to re-engage for his team? The members of Infused Esports are very low rather. Here comes Light, he's gonna go for the cleanup crew, and that will be a 2-for-1 with the Dragon actually going to the hands of Infused Esports. And while I am talking about that, guys, guess the missing code has just appeared on your screen. That is AL3L WISO4 question mark GLZFXZ. So all you have to do is open up your log client, go into the promo code, and just guess the missing code. Again, the match and win code is brought to you by Booster C, the official shotmate of the PGS. Boost your focus, boost your game.
Yeah, and going back to the game right there, that definitely wasn't worth it coming in from Infused. Infused did manage to take that Dragon. However, they did lose several members, and they did lose a lot of map presence as Hate was able to shove that top lane, and in the meanwhile bot lane was starting to slow push as well. So definitely not worth that trade right there, and really good play coming in from Light, and it was a really interesting play overall. And here comes another pick.
There's the bandage toss catching out Toinks, and he doesn't even get the chance to move as the follow-up crowd control skills from these 3 Imperium Pro team members just erases him from the map. And it looks like the Imperium Pro team here might get the mid-tier 1, but the kill and Hedges are trying to defend it with the best of their abilities.
Yeah, this game is slowly starting to look like game 1 where Infuse just slowly starts to lose control of the map, and they don't really know what to do. Like, their movements on the map indicate they don't know how to come back into this game. However, taking a look at everything and taking a look at their comp and what they have compared to what Imperium Pro Team has, I feel like they just need a really good combo and setup coming in from Gertrude and coming in from the Orion.
Yes, 2v1 in the top lane. He did have to use everything he has to get the kill onto JRM, but even though there is the Stand United coming out of Poisanity, that was a bit too late for him.
The shield from Braum is what really set that tone, is what determined that fight right there.
Yes. No joy.
Yeah, the Braum shield
for
just blocked
there.
all of Hate's autos and didn't allow him to apply those rend stacks. And if Braum wasn't there, that would have definitely been another story. Wow!
Oh, he misses the explosive cast. There's the shockwave gonna follow up CC's slide, but is that enough? Yes, it is. There is no egg for the mid lane of Imperium Pro Team, and they will be able to get the kill onto him. Forces the flash out of Poisanity. Lots of joy there for Infuse Esports.
I don't think there's a lot of joy for Infuse because they just missed 3 important ults in a row.
They got the kill though.
They missed the Gragas explosive blast, followed up by the Cyan ult missing. And then a couple seconds later, the
Shockwave
Shockwave connect. Good, like Points gets 1 point, but then the Braum ultimate just completely misses as well. But they got the kill, so I guess worth.
Yeah, man. You have to keep trying and trying until you succeed. That is.
Well, I don't know about the Braum ult if we're talking about it like that.
I think it's overkill.
That was a bit after. I don't think there was even anyone there.
Yes, and Suez 1v1 in Gertrude here in the bottom lane. Gertrude only has the Sunfire Cape and boost of swiftness, but as for Suez, does again have that Titanic Hydra which is his favorite item to go in with that Renekton.
You know what's really cool about that item is that you can freely interchange between Titanic Hydra and...
Exactly.
A lot of the players don't know that, but...
I was telling Shumba that a while ago.
Oh, well, that's really cool. As, like, let's say you're playing Lee Sin and you... Oh, hold that thought. Here comes another 1v1
in the top lane. Is there enough red stacks? Oh my god, so much damage from Hate! And we'll be able to get the kill onto JRM.
So...
Wow.
I think with that, every single Infused member has missed their ult in an extremely embarrassing way now. As you got that completely backwards Bravo, and now you got that completely backwards culling coming in from Infused. So the nerves definitely starting to affect Infused right now. I guess you can see it in their play.
Yeah, you have to note though, or rather using the culling in a 1v1 situation wherein Hate is still super near you, the best possible thing to do. Like
I guess the thing was, ideally in that 1v1, you want to make use of that double tap where you rotate your spells in a way where you can constantly apply that double tap. So Q, auto, get that double tap, use your next spell, maybe dash.
So he was trying to get a double tap as well with the culling.
But then the thing is that he kind of panicked where he was going to get out DPS since he used all of his spells in a row. So because of that, he didn't have his double tap to take advantage of. So the best option would have been to just ult.
Yes, and here comes the
that was
unstoppable
more
onslaught.
damage.
Doesn't
Wow,
knock off
misses
anyone.
again.
He passes for sanity
Oh,
there,
actually hit
but he
Hate.
catches Hate, and that will be a double kill for JRM. Will this be a push into the top lane? No top tier 1. Can be the bottom lane though, because Suez is pushing it right now. He's gonna be knocking on Infuse Esports' door, and will Infuse Esports defend this? They are with Twinks in the front line. He's gonna home guard himself into that bottom lane. But look at this, in the red side jungle of Infuse Esports, it's Light coming into defend with his top laner. They're setting up something.
I have a feeling when Gertrude was going for that ult, he probably told his team that was calculated, guys, or something like that.
Yeah,
I meant to do that.
Yeah, because it looks like there's going to be a 3v2 skirmish here in the jungle of Infuse Esports. A 3-man shockwave, but the explosive gas from Hedgesol just delivers the members of Imperium Pro Team into the hands of JRM, but JRM is kind of afraid of that light control mage type of playstyle. Look at this, Suez cleans up with the double kill shutdown. Whoa, the AoE damage from Imperium Pro Team just giving an advantage.
Exactly how IPT wanted to play their team fights right there. All of that AoE damage coming in, all of that zone control coming in. Really great play coming in from Light, especially. Perfect uses of the wall and of the Q.
Ultimate, and the
ultimate was also really good. Just
yeah,
Light playing really well in this best of 2 series right here.
And also have to note that Imperium Pro Team fighting in places that they have the advantage. The small corners of this jungle just complements better Light, because like you said, he got the positions well, and then those positions were just so cramped that Infuse Esports was like panicking already. Alis ba tayo dito o makikipaglaban tayo?
And the thing is, Infuse didn't really need to go for that fight as well either. They could have easily just walked away. And instead, they full on committed for that fight, and they didn't get anything out of it. Instead, they lost a couple members, lost their bot lane turret, and lost that dragon.
Yeah, and I think Hedgesol made a mistake with the ultimate. He kind of delivered all of the tanks of Imperium Pro Team into his
because
own
like instead of
carries.
them being all clumped up together where their zones are overlapping, he spread them all out, and now you've got several areas that are being zoned, and then JRM couldn't really do anything as wherever he went, he just gets zoned out and just take lots of damage.
Exactly. And looking into the individual gold advantages of these players, as for JRM and Haith, they're
pretty close.
Yeah, they're pretty close though. But Haith, you know, he does show his prowess with the Kalista. You saw there the 1v1, and JRM
might see another one.
He wants to go in again against Haith. He has vision of this. All right.
We're gonna see it.
He's gonna go in. There's the dash in. There's the damage output. Culling hasn't even hit one single time. There's the one Ren stack, but the damage output from JRM is just so much. Hate will BORK his opponent, and it looks like Poisanity might be. Wow. Never mind. He gets saved by that Fate's Call, but it looks like Light here in a bad position. He gets caught out. There is the Stand United by Poisanity, but that's just going to be a 2-for-0 trade as the Baron buff is the next target here for Infuse Esports.
They do need to be careful as meanwhile in that bot lane, Suez is knocking on the doors of that inhibitor, and let's see if Coops can manage to get that Miracle Baron steal right there.
All right, we'll see. We'll put the camera into this guy's hands. Can he do it? Gertrude is there. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be close though. He's gonna get taken down pretty well. And there you go.
While Suez is here with the cleanup.
There you go. Cleanup does get down by Suez, and Hate, he gets blasted away. But the Baron buff did go into the hands of Infuse Esports. There we go. Here's the cleanup through by Hate and Suez. Why are Infuse Esports trying to fight this? They should just back off, as the Baron buff is still in the hands of Akil as well as Hedgesol. But Imperium Pro Team making the best of a kind of bad situation.
Yeah, definitely. They do have 2 members with that Baron, and I did not see Suez coming in at all. I thought he was just going to continue going for that inhibitor, but I guess he thought to himself, man, this is going to take forever. Then just decided to just teleport back in the top lane, followed up by Hate.
Yes, but I guess the problem then dun sa ginawa ng Infuse Esports was they were willing to fight, but they were low HP.
Yeah,
definitely. Akala ko na makatakas sila eh. They were far away already, but then they wanted to get the kill onto Suez, and Hate was there in the back line. I'm pretty sure they had vision of Hate, so... And he has
Runan's Hurricane and Blade of the Ruin King. Best items to go in when you're just, you know, a Callista shredding the HP of your opponent.
And we definitely saw that back there, where Kalista just managed to just free hit the enemy team right there. Really good positioning, and Infuse didn't really have a way to respond to that.
Exactly, they should just back off with that Baron buff, but they still do have it. No inhibitors were taken by Imperium Pro Team, so they can make something out of this right now. It looks like they're gonna go in for this mid push. They are setting up wards for division, very important, because the next clash here might be the deciding factor already if Imperium Pro Team will get that 2 for O, or if Infuse Esports might be able to get this into a 1-for-1.
Yeah, so let's see what Infuse decides to do. It looks like they are priming themselves to take this turret. They do have 2 members with that Baron buff once again available. And Gertrude just really needs to land that really nice ultimate. So far, his ultimates, aside from that 1-on-2 hate, haven't really been on point. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Infuse manages to come back, as right now they are 8k behind.
Exactly.
And it's definitely not yet the point of no return. Like, Infuse can definitely come back if they play their cards right. However,
exactly,
it's going to be difficult.
Because there's still damage for JRM, and they have that, you could say, wombo combo with the Orianna and Hechizo and Gertrude, you know, just following up with his Unstoppable Onslaught. But look at this, Imperium Pro Team, even with the Baron buff for Infuse Esports, they're gonna go in, but Coops, you're getting taken down very low. There's the Stand United by the Shan. Ultimate might come out of Coops here. He's trying to get the 5-man ultimate for himself. There's a nice shockwave by Toy, shuts down hit, and it looks like Infuse Esports will be able to get the through for nothing, as they will be starting to knock on Imperium Pro Team's door. And it looks like Imperium Pro Team will just try to back off. There's the nice slow by a kill. Oh, he even unbreakables the Flash Frost, and they get the kill onto Light. That's a 3-4-0.
Wow.
And it looks like Infuse Esports might have done just enough to get themselves back into the game. Suez trying to get the spot inhibitor will be successful, but it looks like, is there enough time for Infuse to get the mid inhibitor? I don't think so.
I'm actually really surprised how Infuse managed to come ahead on that team fight right there, as 2 ultimates didn't connect during that fight. Gertrude's ultimate was blocked by the Anivia wall. Really great play coming in from Light, and I believe the Braum ultimate didn't connect. I guess it was just a combination of JRM having insane positioning that fight, and the Imperium Pro Team members not really having the best positioning themselves. They kept on falling one by one.
Yeah, and there was this nice ultimate coming out of Twins.
Yeah,
as
that was
well.
a really great shockwave. I believe it hit 3 people and forced the other members to get zoned out and put themselves in positions where JRM could just freely auto-attack them.
Yes, but is this Dragon enough for Infuse Esports to force it against Imperium Pro Team? They might not have the same results as they had that previous clash, because look at this, in the base of Infuse Esports, the Super Minions are starting to knock on the turrets, and it looks like they just want to stop that bleeding into their base. Infuse Esports are happy with this. They don't want to lose any Nexus turrets, so they're happy to give the 3rd Dragon into the hands of Imperium Pro Team.
Yeah, the past 2 minutes, I would hold that thought, as he was just trying to get a pick there before backing up.
Suez taunting a little bit the brunt of Infuse Esports. He had a dash, man. He was safe.
Yeah, you never know, man. Like, Explosive Cast is still an option.
Yeah.
And there's quite a lot of CC on that Infuse side.
True that. And it looks like the blue buff will be given to Light. Infuse Esports not having the best of control in their own jungle. Light, with that blue buff, will just be so powerful, because you're not gonna lose any mana when you try to go in for those aggressive sieges.
Yeah, judging by how IPT has placed their wards, it looks like they will be opting to start pressuring this top lane. Probably going for a 3-1-1, where they have Suez constantly putting pressure in that bot lane, knowing that he does have that teleport available. Meanwhile, Anivia just clears the waves in that mid lane, while this wave in the top lane pushed by 8 and the rest of the IPT members starts to push up.
Wow, there's a lot of damage going on to
and
Suez here, but Gertrude doesn't have mana, and his HP as well is just being chipped down slowly but surely. Suez here does have the grasp
This is a
of
really smart play by JRM right there. He shoved the mid lane turret, so this is gonna cause the Imperium Pro Team lineup to
Respond to it.
yeah, they have to respond to it, so they won't be able to push as long as they wanted to. As see, there's already a ping going down.
Yes, there's the ultimate coming out of Gertrude.
Wow.
Will not hit Suez. How many of those has he missed? But the knock-up from his Q will be enough. Suez uses the dominance. Nice amount of damage onto JRM. And we'll be having... Yeah. Alright, so looking into it, mid lane is being pushed by the minions. Looks like nobody from
I don't
Imperium
think
Pro
it's gonna
Team.
matter actually right now, looking
Yeah.
at how everything's going. As if you look in the top lane, looks like something's about to go down right there. Anivia's ult is already
Being used.
and we do see they're in prime position to force a team fight, as that's gonna be a 4v3 in the top lane.
Exactly.
They have so much CC. The Mumu still has his ultimate available, and that's a Callista with 3 items completed. So,
Ooh, it's
and they
gonna
don't
hurt.
have JRM.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to make a prediction before this game unpauses, so
Yeah.
here we go. Fortune teller Neep. So, Suez dies, right?
Yes.
Then you see JRM recall. Gertrude's gonna instead walk all the way towards the top lane, right?
Yes.
And then meanwhile in top lane, Brahm's going to miss his ultimate. Like, it's just gonna hit one person again. But then you get a really nice shockwave coming in from Orianna, followed up by an explosive cask that pushes...
Everybody inside.
No, it pushes a Mumu towards the turret, right?
Yeah.
However, it's not enough, as Hate's just there. And Hate
Yes.
just whacks on all of them.
Yes.
And then the game ends.
Yeah.
And Imperium Pro Team wins. That's my prediction right there.
Yeah, I can see it happening because, well,
Actually, that's a pretty bad prediction, but
yeah.
that's what that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah,
man.
but looking into the itemizations of Hate as well, he has the Blade of the Ruin King, as well as, I believe, the Lord Dominic's Regard. So all of these tanky frontliners, which is Hechiza and, well, in some extent, a kill, will just get shredded down so quickly because of that HP shred coming out of these 2 items. And maybe your predictions is close to being true because of this itemizations coming in from Hate, as well as Light having the Liandry's Torment and the slows just doubling the effect of that item.
that's a lot of
DPS.
That's a lot of gold. How much gold does Light have? So we do see that Light has 12.5k gold. I believe that's the highest. No, Hate does. Hate
yeah,
has the highest
13,000.
amount. But that's a decent amount of gold right there.
Yes, but again, there is the distraction from Suez getting Gertrude and JRM to force to fight on him, and Imperium Pro Team have the numbers advantage. So again, guys, medyo we got a breather right now. Whew, 20 days, I believe, bago magpasko. Meron nun ba kayong plano, guys? Siyempre, pag Pasko, pamilya, handaan, kainan. Yun. What's your like Christmas plans?
My Christmas plan. Actually, I have no idea. Actually, to be honest, I was
So-
about to, like my one of the things that are on my like priority list right now is to figure out what I'm doing for the next month, because I have no idea what I'm gonna be doing for the
This
entire
month.
next month. Yeah.
So
oh, this month.
Yeah,
rather.
when's your Christmas break ba for college?
Well, my last exam is next Tuesday, so after that I'm free.
Oh wow, nice. So lots of time to play lots of games, or
Yeah, lots of time to play League. You mean League's
yeah,
the only
League.
game?
Lots of games in League.
Yeah.
Exactly. See.
All right. I thought you were implying something else, man. Like I'd play other games that weren't League.
All right, so we're back to the caster's desk. You can see right now our jackets. Neep having the Pro Gaming Series black and white, and I having the special edition of the
Special
Booster.
edition. I'm digging
Booster
the, I'm
CT
digging the
edition.
Booster C edition.
Yeah, man. Gold. Sorry. I was like, it's
Yeah.
blank. All right, so you can see here the Pro Gaming Series in gold. Very sexy, guys. And if you're able to guess the correct missing character in the match and win, don't be a sassy passy, Pakita nyo sa amin yun. Go join the PGS Rift Facebook group. Again, that is www.facebook.com/groups/PGS Rift, and show us that you have unlocked the 4 arcade skins. 4, if I'm not mistaken. And again,
What are the 4 arcade skins? Sona, MF,
Sona,
Riven.
MF, Riven.
Who's the last one? Hecarim.
Yes, Arcade Hecarim.
And then I
Battle
believe
Boss.
there's other skins within the same theme, right? Like
Yeah.
the Blitzcrank
And
the Veigar.
Yeah, those are the bosses that you have to fight.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, then there's like gonna be more champions because like, you know, yung
there's only
parang
4 of them. You can't have a full arcade party unless you have a
yeah, exactly.
boss.
Yeah, exactly. Because like there was this like hint or like
Yeah.
a teaser, like you know, when you're like in a fighting, like for example Street Fighter, and you see like the character selects. There's the same thing na picture
Oh, then
naman.
there's like grayed out characters.
Yeah,
or
like there's
something
like question marks, so you know there's still more champions that Riot will make that will be arcade and battle boss as well.
that. I'm looking forward to that.
So who do you think will be the next battle boss or arcade skin? I think like Mordekaiser like can have a battle boss
I
skin.
feel like you really want to go for that battle boss Teemo, if you think about it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what it'd be. Like, imagine Teemo with like an evil cape. Like
Like for example, Super
think
Teemo.
of Super Teemo,
Yeah.
but like more arcadey and pixely. Like the
I can see it. I can see
like.
it.
I feel like Teemo's auto attack would like Teemo's auto attack animation, right?
Yeah.
It probably has the best auto attack animation for like the the arcade ping sounds.
Oh yeah.
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 like-
I can't replicate it because I'm not a voice actor, right? Like
Yeah.
our, you know, GS Riku.
But
But yeah, we try. We try.
arcade Teemo, I'd really like that.
I
Or
like that. I like that.
Arcade Heimerdinger, like Battle Boss Heimerdinger, because the turrets kind of have the same effect.
That's true.
Like where the turrets make the really nice
yeah,
sound.
and plus, you know, having
then
that
there's-
battle boss, you know, vibe because you're summoning turrets for you to
Yeah.
fight, and then you're just the one in the very end. You have to say "moo ha ha ha" like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, because you're a boss. You're a bad guy,
Actually,
so you have
they
to.
kind of have a skin like that already with that like the alien Heimerdinger.
Ah,
That's
yeah.
kind of the same.
Yeah, but I think like that's true. But hopefully we'll see something in the future. But well, the soon to come skins will be the. Do you call it like kasama sila sa Snowdown or hindi? Like Syndra, Bard,
Oh yeah.
and the new.
I'm looking forward to those.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. They're pretty nice.
Like I really want to get my hands on that Bard skin. That skin looks amazing.
That's true. Oh yeah, speaking of Bard, like Zonya's visual fix is similar to Bard's ultimate, right? In the next patch, I think, or the next hotfix.
Yeah.
Like when you guys use the Zonya's activate, it's similar to like when Bard ultimates you. Like there's like, I don't know, like glitters around your body. It's the same thing right now. I think it's in the PB already or something.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, but I've seen it. It's there. Right.
Oh.
So I think we're just waiting for these players to get into the game. You can see their pretty handsome faces. You know, Light having I guess you could say the best haircut in all of these guys. We should have like a PGS who has the best haircut, and you guys should get the votes in.
I probably actually, EXO's rocking a really nice like man bun sort of hair. It's pretty
bun.
nice.
Yeah.
Like something like Reckless, like similar to what Reckless had at Worlds.
Oh really?
Yes,
Yeah.
but-
We should have an update of these.
And then I'm digging Daigo with his new
Short
short
hair,
hair. Like
yeah.
I'm digging it.
Yeah.
It's not the same as
The old
his really old long hair, but it's kind of like
mature.
mature. Just
Yeah.
like how his play in this current season is a lot more mature.
Yeah.
So his hair, I think his hair is like a reflection of his play.
Wow.
Like,
so
you know that story in the Bible, like with the guy with his hair, and that's his like power. It's like
Samson, I think.
yeah, it's like that. Maybe Daigo has
yeah,
that
but in
effect.
reverse, because when Samson
yeah.
loses his hair, he loses power. Power.
or maybe it's just like maybe a reverse Samson.
Yeah, so that goes the reverse Samson of the PGS.
Yeah, so now we just gotta wait for him to get bald and then
He'll
watch
be
him
super-
as he unlocks
So
his
he's
full
like-
potential.
I don't know if you watch One Punch Man, but yeah,
I don't watch that.
yeah. All right, so the protagonist, the hero of that story, is like he got bald because he trained so much that when he got super powerful, his hair fell off his head. So maybe that's something that'll happen to Daigo.
One day.
We'll see what happens.
Worlds 2016.
Yeah,
Naga-
Daigo bald in front of all the
Yeah,
international
definitely.
people. That's
That's a sight to see.
exactly. All right. So it looks like our
No.
teams are about to reconnect.
Looking at the scoreboard right now, a lot of the gold difference is actually just in the CS actually. If you
Yes.
take a look, there's roughly 80 80 CS difference in the top lane. For the jungle, well, that's the only lane that's actually winning in CS. But then mid lane's fairly even, like only 30 CS up. However, yeah, it's just top and AD carry where a lot of that gold differential is coming from.
Yes. All right, so we are again. Yeah, we're back.
We're back.
Okay, we're going inside to the game. Finally, let's see if it'll finish.
Wow.
Oh, oh my gosh, Suez gets the kill. Oh, it's a JRM. That was a 2v1 situation. And while in the top lane, it's gonna be a 4v3 as Imperium Pro Team are knocking on Heaven's door. But that command dissonance will actually shred the HP of Haith into half. But you
my
can see
prediction
here,
was wrong.
yeah, the Zizrat portal man though.
Where's that coming? Who has that? Oh, the Shen.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You can see that thing scuttering into the top lane. It just looks like it's trying to annoy the wave of Infused Esports from even getting out of their base.
Yeah, it looks like IPT is going for the safer route, not wanting to risk anything in this game. They decided to back off from that turret despite JRM being down.
Yeah, but look at this. A kill here, wanting to get this 100 gold or
25.
25. I thought it was 100. Never mind. As we do see Imperium Pro Team starting off this Baron, is only 2 members from Infused Esports who will try to defend this, as JRM as well as Toinks are only about to join their companions. Nice wall there stopping the members, but look at this, Suez stopping 2 members. The carries of Infused Esports, he will go down, but the Baron will go into the hands of Imperium Pro Team, as it looks like it'll just be a cleanup here by Infused Esports. What is happening? Infused JRM getting so much damage output into the members of Imperium Pro Team. Look at Haith. Oh, no crit. I was hoping for a crit, but nothing happened.
It seems like whoever gets the Baron this game ends up losing the team fight that comes afterwards. So this time around, IPT got that Baron. However, they did lose that team fight. I'm actually really curious as to how that happened.
It looked good in the book because the 2 of the carries of Infused Esports were being zoned out by Suez.
Yeah, I guess Suez wasn't tanky enough. And this is actually probably still in favor of Imperium Pro Team, despite the fact that they did lose several members, as the Baron buff is on very key members of this team. You have it on your AD carry and you have it on your mid lane. So this allows you to continue the pressure that IPT did have previously.
That's true. But while we are talking about this, Imperium Pro Team still have the Baron buff and the bottom inhibitor is open. It just respawned. I was about to say it was still you know, chugging out super minions, but it has respawned, but it is open yet again. So we'll see the replay right there in the Baron side as to how Infused Esports won this.
So let's take a look right there. And wow, that Braum ultimate actually did quite a bit right there. And initially, it looks like Imperium Pro Team's going to win this fight just based on the positioning of Hate and Light. However, JRM is actually the reason why
he was very
they were
fast.
able to win this fight. He did so much damage that fight. And it wasn't enough. Like, I'm actually really curious as to why Light backed out. And here comes another fight. Wow, that wall.
We got that. We saw that.
Every time.
So the ice wall stops the unstoppable onslaught.
That's probably the 3rd time this game.
Yeah, you know it should be. They should make it like when Sion uses his ultimate, it just breaks the ice wall. But yeah,
well, that'd be really cool.
That would
like
be really
animation.
cool. Yeah, because ice, I think against a a behemoth.
Rock beats ice in Pokemon, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So why isn't it happening now?
Well, then Sion's not really a rock. If this was Malphite, it'd be another story.
Yeah, but I think Malphite can, dash over the wall.
So I guess it does work out in a way.
Yeah, all right. In a way. All right, so we did see right there that one of the engages of Infused Esports have been blocked by that ice wall of Light. He has been doing quite a lot of good ice walls in this game, which has led to Imperium Pro Team getting a lot of advantages in the clashes.
That's Su is going back to his push bottom split push strategy right there. Very effective in the current meta. A lot of the top laners have been very split. A lot of the top lane meta has been very split push oriented, and we do see this is not the exception in this game right there. Suez, bot lane for days.
Alright, so we do see right now top lane is pushing in the favor of Infused Esports, and no teleport here for Imperium Pro Team, so they either have to stop their push in the mid lane. Never mind, they got in mid tier 2. They're gonna transition into the dragon, but that top lane looks like it might go down here.
And looks like Infuse is looking to contest this right now. Let's see if Gertrude can land that nice ultimate. A fight is about to break out.
Stun does connect onto Toinks. There's the explosive cast, delivering light into the hands of JRM. But Suez gets the kill on Toinks. A nice ultimate from a kill will stop, and JRM is not stopping his damage output into the members of Imperium Pro Team. But hey, look at this. He's in the backline. He's hammering down the members of Infuse Esports, and Infuse Esports are in no man's land as they are cleaning up the members. Or rather, they are getting cleaned up by the members of Imperium Pro Team, only losing light. That was a 5-0. And
5-for-1, man.
5-for-1 rather.
But it doesn't matter, as this looks like this is about to be game. 20 seconds on the clock for Toinks. And Hate is just chugging and hitting that turret.
Look at that. Skipping left and right.
Yep,
He's going to finish that
like,
inhibitor.
Is there enough time to end? I don't think there's enough time to end. However, they can probably take a turret, maybe an inhibitor from this. Let's
Looks
see
like
what
they want
happens.
to finish it. Or
It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
Yeah, they can just get the Nexus and then back
Points is
off.
up, and he does have that shockwave available.
Oh,
Wow,
he has Shockwave, but can he do it? Can he defend his Nexus? And it looks like that won't be the case, as Imperium Pro Team gives themselves 2 points into this best of 2 series against Infuse Esports. What a power play there coming in from Light as well as Haith.
Yeah, definitely. I really have to give props to Light for both of these games right there. His play on Azir in game 1 and his play on Anivia in game 2 was just really
phenomenal.
amazing. Like, those walls, like, that's all I have to say. He
Them
stopped
walls.
Gertrude's ultimate 3 times in a row. Not in a row, but 3 times. And if he didn't do that, that would have been maybe a lot different story coming in for Infused.
Yeah, and the last clash there, though, it looked like Infuse Esports were able to win it, but they were actually just positioning themselves in a very bad spot that Imperium Pro Team were able to capitalize on it.
And let's take a look at the scoreboard right there. We do see that a lot of the gold was onto... Wow, Suez had a lot of gold, surprisingly. Well, I
Yeah.
guess it makes sense, seeing as he was in the bot lane for the entire time.
Yeah, and has 266 CS. Let's check how who is the highest damage dealer for here.
Yeah, so if we take a look at the graphs and take a look at damage dealt to champions, we
It's
see
actually JRM.
JRM, out of all of the players, had the most damage right there.
Yeah, 36,000 followed in though. But look at this, Toinks didn't do too much. He had a lot of nice, how do you say this, shockwaves, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, and I guess that kind of is what you expect from an Orianna, where you are that utility champion come late game, come mid game, where the shockwaves are just all you need to do. And Toinks didn't fail in that aspect. He did manage to get a lot of crucial
Shockwaves?
Shockwaves. It's just that the follow-up wasn't really there. If Jerem wasn't there, then there was no follow-up.
Exactly. All
But
right.
That was a pretty good attempt coming in from Infused.
That is very true. All right, guys, so that concludes the first match of the night between, again, Infuse Esports and Imperium Pro Team. So Imperium Pro Team now having 2 points. So let's check into the scoreboard. How many points, rather? Imperium, or rather, let's see first the schedule. There we go.
There's
all right,
the
so Imperium Pro Team now the leader in the scoreboard in the PGS 2016 Spring Split with 4 points, followed by Imperium Pro Team Blue, their sister team with 3 points, and Naga Esports with 3 points, followed by Mineski Globe, Acclaim, Empire X, and Celestial Esports with 1 point apiece.
Yeah, we do see Infused and Explicit are standing at the bottom of the ladder right now with 0 points.
Yes, and let's go into the schedule to check which teams will follow up. So it'll be Imperium Pro Team Blue versus Celestial Esports when we get back after a short break. So first match has concluded. Imperium Pro Team, congratulations with getting those well-deserved 3 points. Infuse Esports still needs to improve their
but that was a fairly
rotation.
good attempt.
Yeah, exactly.
I think a lot of the games that Infuse has played, they have something, but that something isn't really enough to transition to a victory. They just need to work on what that something is and expand it,
Exactly. So, they're still a pretty young team. They can, keep practicing.
Yeah, but they definitely held their ground against
Imperium Pro
Imperial
Team.
team. Props to JRM.
Exactly. All right, guys. This is, again, the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Spring Split, brought to you by the official shotmate of the PGS, Booster C Genius. Boost your focus, boost your game. We are your casters. I am GS Asteroid with a 9. And alongside here with me is...
GS Neat.
And we'll be right back.